What's up, guys? Cat Daddy Crypto here. You know what I need you to do. Hit that subscribe button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay up to date with news around KASPA and KASPA's ecosystem as a whole, as well as the rest of the crypto market. Subscribe and like this video. Let's get it. What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about one of the biggest problems and potential challenges that KASPA may face. Right? This is the question, I should say, that a lot of people ask. What is going to happen to the miners when all of KASPA is mined? Right? Because you're not going to have any more coins to mine, and it's a pretty rapid schedule, right, for when we get to the last KASPA mined. And so the question is, what's going to happen at that point in time? Miners aren't going to get paid, and therefore the network will collapse, okay? Security of the network will collapse. The answer to that question is, in a nutshell, the fee structure, right? For transactions that are settled on the KASPA blockchain. Every transaction, right, goes to the miners, okay? And that is ultimately how the miners get paid, and it's going to keep the miners happy, and KASPA and the hash rate will continue to rise. And now that smart contracts are officially launching next month, this will be able to start the adoption, phase of transactions being processed on KASPA's block DAG, and then the fees, get sent to the miners. That's going to start next month. What I really want to hone in on today, though, is one fraction of what's going to be going on KASPA once smart contracts actually go live, okay? And how many transactions and companies, just this one company that I'm going to talk about, is facilitating and is in contact with as we speak right now, okay? And just how many transactions them alone are going to potentially be putting into the KASPA block tag, and those fees will go to the miners, and they will probably slowly be growing as time goes on as well. But just listen to this for 1 second, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Casper, Carr, you're up here. How are you doing? Love to get your opinion on things.
Hey guys, how you doing? A lot of people were talking about the fee markets, and to be really honest, you guys have absolutely nothing to worry about when it comes to fee markets. There is so much demand out there for high frequency, low transactional price engines for managing high frequency trading and high frequency transactions. And we're seeing an awful lot of it at the moment. So just to assure the community, there is a lot of demand for that type of transactional volume sitting out there in the market. And just a little bit of updates from our side,
So, for those of you who don't know, KASPA KII is the one that's speaking right there. A representative from them. I don't know exactly who it is. And I apologize, he's a little bit monotoned and boring to listen to talk, but very important to KASPA and what is going to be happening on top of KASPA very soon here. KII is basically an offspring of the energy company DII in Europe, and it's one of the biggest energy companies in Europe. They have now branched over, and they want to use KASPA as their settlement layer because they've been looking for a cryptocurrency to settle on for, I want to say 10 years now. They've looked at Ethereum, they've looked at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin doesn't move fast enough. And Ethereum, they said they're doing a lot of small transactions, and the fees, the gas fees to settle on Ethereum are oftentimes a lot more than the actual transaction itself. And so it wasn't feasible for them. So when KASPA came around, they did their research and they decided this is it. This is what we want to do. Fully decentralized and super scalable, fast, and cheap to transact on. They are massive in the energy space in Europe, and they already have a whole network that they work with, right? Warp Core being one of them. And this whole network is now going to be transacting on KASPA, right? On the underlying network, and none of these people are even going to really know they're transacting on KASPA. It's going to be kind of in the background, and they're just going to swipe cards and send their money back and forth, and it's going to be settled on KASPA's block tag, which is massive news. I apologize if you hear my cat in the background meowing. I can't get him to be quiet, so we're just going to have to deal with a couple meows here and there. Okay, listen to this next phase, because what he said is you don't have to worry about the fee structure. We have plenty of people that we do business with, that we transact with, that are itching for this kind of settlement system, okay? And their network alone is going to be doing, hundreds of thousands of transactions and settling on the KASPA chain, okay? But this next section here will give you an idea about how big the network is that they already have in place. This isn't a maybe, these guys, maybe these guys. No, this is already set in place. And as soon as smart contracts go live, they have been working behind the scenes to get everything ready on their end, and they're just going to start transacting on KASPA. Okay? And just listen to how big their network already is.
Yeah. Most of our work is working with our alumni in DII, Desert Energy, which is a network of 160 of the biggest energy companies in the world.
So most of their work, did you guys hear that? Most of their work is with Desert Energy, DII, the company I told you about before, that this was their original company, with the 129 biggest energy companies in the world. That is their network. Okay? Think about that for a second, and how many companies that is, first of all, how large these companies are, and how many transactions they're going to need to be doing on a daily basis. Okay? It's going to be massive. Just that sector, right? That doesn't include anything else that's going to be happening on the KASPA chain. Anything else. That is just KII and DII and their network of energy companies. That's it. They're going to have a massive amount of transactions every single day, every single month, every single year, right? And then you're going to have every other sector, right? Meme coins, DeFi, all that other kind of stuff that all the other chains have, okay? That's going to add even more fees to the network, which is going to add more money to pay the miners. So that alone is going to be absolutely incredible for KASPA and just for the future of payments, right? In general, I don't know that I could be any more bullish on this project and KASPA moving out into the future, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section. If you guys want to listen to this entire Spaces on X, Crypto Pumps actually records them every single week and puts them on his YouTube channel. So make sure that you head over to Crypto Pumps' YouTube page. Take a listen. It's 3 hours long, so it's kind of long, but there's a lot of good information in it. And make sure you subscribe to CryptoPump's YouTube channel as well while you're at it, okay? Everything KASPA you'll learn over there as well. So the show is called Blockchain Banter. So get over there and watch it. But in the meantime, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.